to the WODprep podcast. I'm your host, CJ DePalma, and with our better host, Claire Bays. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good. I just now saw whatever you sent me. You sent me something. And by the way, I don't know if you
No
plan
idea.
on pulling that up.
Pretty sure
Oh,
I sent it to you like
I think
10 minutes ago, too, and I have no idea what it was.
that's funny. It's something from Andrew Hiller.
Oh, yeah. The Miranda one. It was really good.
Yeah, I haven't.
You
I
haven't seen it?
just saw it. I haven't actually watched it.
It's
No.
really good. It's like have you ever seen The Office?
Yes.
Okay, so it's like an Office version of Miranda or of Hiller trying to find out if Miranda is taking steroids, and it's hilarious.
Oh,
Like
okay. Okay.
they go into their cabinet and they're like looking through like her supplements, and it's really funny. It's actually what we should start with because it's a good
Yeah, we
high school.
should. And is this like an old piece of content that he like recycled or anything? Because I feel like I've seen something to this effect before.
I don't know if he recycled it or he did it again.
Oh, okay.
Because I know that was a conversation. I think he actually had a conversation with her at some point about it. No, that's not it.
Good morning, everyone. You're pulling it up.
Good morning.
Hi, Lito. Hi, Judy. Tristan says he came immediately when he saw the title. So the title to the episode, I'm literally looking to see what you put in because I know we did the thumbnail thing, but what does it say? Okay.
Good morning.
Cool.
Well, I felt like I was like, what's tomorrow? I was like, well, it's the last day. If it's well, I'm so tired of hearing about CrossFit almost selling because you sent me whatever you sent me last night from Boys Interrupted, and you're like, oh, it's about the sale, and I was like, the sale we know fucking nothing about.
Well, yeah, that was the whole point of that conversation too.
Okay, and here we go.
Hey, I'm recording you, just so you know. I've
No problem.
gotten in trouble for that in the past. Louis and Miranda, are they here? Are they around? Where's he at?
He's over here.
Oh, fine. It's good.
Okay.
I'm Andrew Hiller, and I have a YouTube channel. And the way that works is I'm a one-man team, and stuff pops up, and then I follow the breadcrumbs. Andrew Hiller, YouTube. Yo. Andrew Hiller. There's a little bit of collaboration, and they live in street parking, CrossFit, street parking. Miranda, there was a big 2014, 2015 cry for whether or not she was using steroids. So I'm really here to figure out the truth. Is she using roids? That's what I'm doing here.
And that's Fitness Freedom.
That's Fitness Freedom.
Oh, man.
60-pound ruck. Much preferred over the dumbbells. I've got the YouTube channel, and I've got a series on there. The Natty or Not series.
Wait, do you think I'm...
Not you. Not quite.
Wait, Miranda.
Right.
Oh, so you're here because you want to do an episode on her. Or you think she's on roids?
Do you know what she does when you're not watching? Does you ever see any of the isms of Miranda that might make you think? Or because you never think you've never seen them?
I mean, it is kind of weird to me how she's always jacked. More jacked than I am after she just gives birth to our boys. Like,
yeah, this is recycled.
Boom. Pre and postpartum.
Funny. I love it.
Always.
Sorry, Vera.
She would just say, I'm taking vitamins. I'm taking my zinc and my... But now that I think about it, that could just be a cover-up.
Is she angry ever?
You know when she was pregnant, how many times she raged on me and yelled at me?
And she was probably
She
going
was
from
like,
that.
what are you doing? Get out of here. You know what? There was times where she would like pull out her hair and it was like coming out.
The androgen receptors, man. They're causing male pattern baldness. Does she have any back acne?
All of a sudden, a zit popped onto her back, and it was a lot. Like, I mean,
it came right at you.
I would start naming him.
You would name him?
You know.
Have you seen it,
Bruce?
I never thought about that way. So, do you know what to look for if I show you what she's like, the pantry and stuff?
There's signs.
This is my favorite part.
It's not as easy as just looking for a needle, but there will be things we can look for. It might be hiding in the food. What are these?
Lady mantle.
What is lady mantle?
Cramp
I've never
bark.
heard of it. You know, there's
Passion flower. Magnesium. Raspberry lemon. Is that krill oil?
It's a fish. We're good.
Holy basil. Have you ever heard of holy basil?
I have not.
What makes basil holy? Like, how's that even a thing?
It was blessed by a priest.
I thought it was just basil.
Do you know the priest who blessed this? It's a syringe disposal.
No, that's coffee grounds.
This
No,
it's
that's
a needle for injection.
This is for the boys. Anytime they like need to take medicine.
Your boys are on?
What about tinctured?
He said, "Are your boys on?" Like,
So what he said. Oh my gosh. Yeah. This is good.
holy basil. Yeah.
Also, that was fun. It was like a good to see Julian, to see his personality in this, because I don't know that I've ever seen much of it. I just haven't been around him, you know. It was funny.
Yeah, it was funny. I enjoyed it.
It was good.
So the thumbnail was, I feel like I'm just like, I've got CrossFit sale fatigue.
Sure.
I'm just like, just wake me up when it's done. And you sent, I ended up finding it, by the way. You were nowhere near on that timestamp. Like, you weren't even in the same portion of the.
I know.
All right. I just wanted to.
I was very
I was
tired.
It's pretty funny. So it was Boys Interrupted. Which was
early in the episode.
It's in the episode somewhere.
Yeah, it's relatively early in it.
Yeah, I found it. I was listening this morning. Oh, by the way, if you ever want, so this is anyone.
Oh yeah, tell me and tell them.
What? No, this is something totally different.
Oh, okay.
You guys ever want the quickest 15-minute pump ever? Get on an air bike and do arms only for 50 calories, and you will be blown to bits.
Is this something that you do typically, like before you podcast or before you do anything?
No, I just like did it.
Run out there real quick.
I had 15 minutes, and I was gonna do 100 calories, and I was like, well, I don't want to do it for fucking, or it was 100 calories. I was gonna do 100, and then it was gonna take me like 20 minutes, and I was like, nah, let's do 50. And it took me whatever 9, and just Echo bike, air, assault bike, doesn't matter. The pump is crazy.
I can dig it.
Because like think of like even the little bit of an arm pump you get like when you row or ski, but the resistance is low, right? Arms only on the bike,
way worse.
Dude. Like I feel like I was like just getting ready to like step on stage. Like I was like, whoa! I was like, we are blown, baby.
And here these guys have been doing all these pump ups behind the scenes at their shows with their like curls and tricep extensions. All they need is some assault bikes,
dude. Well, think about it, right? Like in that short amount of time, you're doing RPM. Oh, fucking Duke. Hold on.
I have no idea. I want to like pull up Vicky's, but I'll wait. We'll wait.
Sorry. My dog has wicked separation anxiety, and it's getting worse like by the day. If I forget to let him in the room, like he'll just like slap the door. I do it to feel like a man. No. Well, I mean, yeah, I'll take anything that like boosts my self-esteem a little. You know what I mean? It's intense. But if you think about it, right? So in that 10 minutes that I did that, I was averaging like 45 RPM. So it's 450 reps, right? Whatever it is, against resistance. You know what I mean? Like it's not just like spinning a bike on a 1. So anyways.
I also thought it was funny when talking about workouts. Gosh.
Oh yeah. How was it getting waxed yesterday?
Getting waxed. You go do the weekend I did and then go hit a 5 a.m. workout and come back and talk to me. Yeah. So, and you barely were ahead of me, and it was like 2 rounds. I was like, I don't want that. I considered keeping up with you, and then I didn't want it. But we're talking about a workout that he got 10 rounds and I got 9, okay, in 12 minutes. Anyway, it was funny. This is the 3rd workout in the past week that we did together. And it's so funny because the way that we approach, it's not surprising at all. Like, you guys will not be surprised by this, but as soon as he looks at a workout, he's immediately thinking about how long like he's doing the math immediately. And so he already knows how many rounds, reps, whatever, like what his game plan is on the clock. And it's just funny because I am the polar opposite, and I like don't think about it at all. And so it was just funny because you were like, well, this is about going to, be about an EMOM if you really want it, but whatever. And I'm like, huh? Getting a whiteboard out so I can just like do tick marks and not think. And I was like, do you need a whiteboard? And he's like, no, I remember all of it. And I'm like, okay. It's just funny the way your brain works.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Ed says that math takes years of practice, but like I've been around for some years.
Well, it's intentional. Like you have to like put yourself in. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Right? Like if you were like, if someone, and so it's just we look at training differently, right?
Yeah. And I'm like, should I be looking at training like this? I think I should.
I mean, maybe
More.
it is. He's on the thumbnail. Kenneth gets it. I only put people on the thumbnail that are going to be on the show. No, I wish that would be sick. It's like 4 a.m. for Dave. 5 a.m. And anyways, so it's certainly like a double-edged sword where I always feel prepared, but then I relatively like self-limited a lot of the time. Very rarely do I hit a workout. I'm like, oh, I can go a lot faster than I anticipated, or like I'm X way through and like, yeah, I'm 20% through. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna be able to sustain a better pace, or I'm like, oh man, I'm not gonna be able to hold that pace, right? So like for the workout, I was like, all right, I know I can't. I know an EMOM is possible, right? So the workout was 3 clean and jerks, 6 box jumps, 12 wall balls, and on the board, right? It's definitely possible to do that workout as an EMOM, and so you just have to keep transitions fast, because within the movements themselves and the box jumps, right? So like box jump overs, I think I actually would have EMOM'd it, but box jumps crush me relative to box jump overs. Box jump overs are basically like doing a double under for me. Like it just is a non-factor.
Yep.
But standing up on the box and like actually getting, I don't know, I'm just like, those were taking me 20 seconds, where 6 box jump overs when we did the workout 2 days ago, no matter what, no matter how tired I am, are going to take me 2 seconds a rep. Like every single time I can do, and so, but it was very compounding. So anyways, and so you just like, I don't know, it just comes, like you just do it all the time, right? And you watch enough people, you're like, wow, how can they do, like you'll hit a workout and you'll think you crushed it. You're like, man, I know that's like as close to as good as that workout can be done. And then you see someone do the same workout, like an open workout. It's a great example, right? So examples like, I don't know, 16.5, right? So the 21, 18, 15, 12, 9, 6, 3 thrusters, bar facing burpees. You look at it and you're like, man, I went unbroken. My burpee's really consistent. And you get like 11 minutes. You're like, I don't think anyone can go much faster than that. And then you look at Matt Frazier or Rich Froning when they did it at the ranch, still doing fucking the bunny hop, where they're like the slowest burpee style ever, and they're in the 8-minute range. You're like, well, why can they do that, right? And so my brain works as like, okay, how can they do that? What are they doing? What's the difference? And so that's when you're like, oh, they're averaging 18 bar facing burpees a minute when I average 14. Even though it's fast, 18 is still substantially faster with the breadth of 100 reps. So
yeah,
we're looking at a whole minute just in that point. So anyways, transitions and those kind of things, and it's just like where my brain goes.
Yeah.
I can't. I mean,
I also never do a workout and think, man, I did that just about as good. Nobody could do that any faster. I'm abundantly aware that there are people on this planet that can do all of it.
Oh no, I certainly do hit workouts still where I'm like, that's it. That's like the pinnacle of fitness.
Delulu.
Yeah, exactly. Well, there's like some things. There's like some things where I'll, and but then you see someone like Colton who literally just like breaks the rules on like rep pacing, in the sense of like how fast he can do one repetition of X pattern, whatever that is, usually a squat or a burpee variant. And you're like, oh, okay. So there's another step, right? Like there's another level, even to someone who's elite, there's like elite of the elite. And so there's 1% of the 1% of the 1%. Right. And so, it's always interesting to see, but and there's probably a lot of it is because since the day that I walked into a gym, I've been coaching like almost immediately.
Right.
And so exactly. That's right. Pinnacle of mid fitness. If there's like a bell curve, I'm like the pinnacle of like the mid standard deviation, like right in the middle, peak, baby.
He's like the fit dad. Like it's like, okay, yeah, he's fine.
And so I think because I came from a coaching background into CrossFit, and I've never excelled athletically naturally. Like all of my athletic accolades that I have, which I have a couple, like just in general, are all on the back of like I was the hardest worker on the team. I was
Yeah.
never the most talented or the best ever. And so,
that's so funny. That makes me almost want you to pull up something that Jimmy posted of his stuff. It's like the person like showing their kid or their dog or whatever. Like I saw a show I think he did over the weekend where he's like break dancing and ripping his shirt and all these things. And I don't know. It's like, I think that's talent. I don't know.
yeah. He's the opposite. Not saying that Jimmy doesn't work hard, but like
no, he's literally the hardest worker I've ever met. He's maniacally focused.
But it's not, I mean, obviously he was very much genetically designed to be, he's very talented and gets things very easily. And so to even say that it's only hard work would probably be valid. It's like, that would be silly, right? Like he's obviously very genetically designed to be really good at a lot of things is what it sounds like.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, if you start lifting weights at 3 years, or I'm sorry, start karate at 3, if you start lifting weights at 5 years old,
right,
and then you take it seriously ever since, and he just is a very, in my opinion, a very intellectual person that can really focus and has like more discipline than anyone I've ever met. Like you can perform at a high level in many things.
Agreed. It's just I mean, it can. I think that's like what we tell all of our kids and everybody, but
I think it's a good principle to live by.
It's the best principle to live by for sure.
Yep.
Right. But I mean, like millions and billions of dollars in the NFL fucking tell you that is not true, because there are lazy ass receivers that are just fucking freaks.
Well, I mean, and you even see that within CrossFit, right? Like you see certain people who are fighting like crazy, spending, they're training 6+ hours a day or whatever. And you talked about the separation, the 1% of the 1%. And like I think about the top 30 at the games this year, and still the separation from the top 5 to 10 to the bottom 20 to 30, like there's a significant difference there, which is wild because they are the pinnacle. And then you have some that are within that top portion that, according to the narratives that I hear at times, don't actually train as hard as you would expect at all, or as much time or things like that.
Yeah, 100%.
Braden's comment, that's funny. I'm curious about Avera's comment too. Claire, I don't know. The her true thing trips me up. Is that a dig?
I don't know. I think it was a dig at me. It was a dig at me for saying I'm the pinnacle of fitness. Of like whenever I do a burpee double under workout, I'm like, that was as good as it gets, baby. And then someone beats me by an hour. I think that was in reference to Braden's and then into mine. Yeah, it's the hard work beats talent. I think it's a great principle. In CrossFit's interesting because you can get good on talent alone. Like there's obviously I think there's a lot of males and females that just are destined to be really well, but you will never be at the top of the sport without hard work here, because it's a sport of fitness. You know what I mean? Like, and so it's like literally the sport of hard work. Right. Yep. And,
Alito's point, and with your athletes, that's becomes the sport of smart work, not hard work. Not to say that hard work isn't a part of it, but smart work.
Yeah, I think this one is like intent over intensity and volume. I just started training a new athlete, and they're in the testing phase, and their session was kind of short yesterday, and they messaged me, and they're like, "That's it for today?" I'm like, "Yes, that's it. It's testing." She's like, "Well, I need to do something else." She's like, "Can I ride the bike?" I'm like, "Tell me why you need to ride the bike." And she's like, "Well, I'm getting twitchy." I'm like, "It's okay. Just put more effort into tomorrow." Right. And so, they did a workout, a piece of the testing. They had to do class as part of it. And so they said it's a 7-minute workout. I was like, well, why wasn't it a 5-minute workout? If you feel like you have that much left, right? And this is like where CrossFit methodology comes in, intensity over volume, etc. And she's like, well, I need it for my mental health. I'm like, all right, well, you can sit on the bike, nose only, etc. And so some people just have that need to do more. And so I don't know if this fits like the hard work versus talent thing. I think this is just, like Claire said, smart training versus volume training, right? Mm-hmm. Train smarter, not harder. And and so this is very like person specific. Some people tolerate a lot of volume and others don't, but you know, like someone who's training with a purpose and hitting that minimum effective dose over like long periods of time, I wouldn't say aren't working hard though, right? And I don't know if this is just like changing the subject in general, but I wouldn't qualify those people as not working hard. In CrossFit, there are people. So I've heard rumors that Emily DeRoy doesn't train. Like I've heard people say that she skips most of her training sessions a lot of the time and is still just extremely fit, right?
Well, and I heard at least of like one of the top 10 athletes like not training very much this year as well at the games leading up to it. I don't know.
Are you not going to share the name?
Nah.
Fine. Just put it in the private chat.
Either way, just being told that from people who I believe
yeah.
are not making things up and would be close enough proximity to know it was
Right.
a wild thought.
Yeah. And so my caveat, or
I don't know.
My question
gosh,
to
now
that
I
would
said
be,
that.
no. Yeah, but my question to that would be, have they trained hard in the past, and is it just like where they are in their
Totally.
season? Right.
Yep. Built the base.
Right. Exactly. So, I think the statement, you know, talent and hard work right there. I mean, there are people, especially in ball sports, where there's a lot of skill, right? You'll never find talent versus hard work in like anything and like anything post glycolytic and anaerobic, right? Like anything aerobic, like you're gonna have to put in the time. Like there's just no one's just gonna be good at marathons if they don't train hard.
Sure.
You know what I mean? No one's just gonna be good at the 1500 if they don't train really hard. Like you can have throwers and sprinters and things. I think some people are just gonna be better, especially with ball sports. Like there are plenty of basketball players that don't train that hard. They play all the time and they're just really, really good. Same with football. It's crazy how many football players are, and anyone watching like knows, like Booby Miles is a great character from a football movie. And so from Friday Night Lights, who just didn't train hard and was the best player in Texas, right? And which is saying something. And so in the end, getting hurt, etc. And so, you know, it's interesting for sure. I don't think we see it as much in CrossFit, but we certainly see it in a lot of places.
Yeah. I'm going to go back up to this one real quick, just because I reread it again. And then I just want to say thank you to Braden. Can't only boost. Thank you very much.
What did I say?
Read that one.
Oh,
the guy next to me did Fran yesterday.
Fran at 135 in chest. What was his time? That's a hard Fran. You know who did that their first? I heard a story. Kenny Leverich. Do you remember that name? No. Anyways, he's a games athlete back in like 14, 15, 16. Okay. Always wore like the pants, like the long leggings, like when none of the guys would wear, they would just wear long shorts. Kenny would always wear like these like weightlifting leggings. First day in the gym, he did a strict 135 Fran. Like first day he ever walked in like 5 minutes. At thrusters of 135 and strict pull-ups. Still in like 5 minutes. And I was like, dude, never done CrossFit before. First day ever in the gym. And
what was he doing before?
What was he? I think just
he had to have.
Yeah, I mean,
crazy capacity somewhere.
Like maybe, I don't know. I can't remember. Back then, I would say Spartan Racing or something like that. But
okay.
Some people, like, you know, like if you can clear lactate really well, like just and you have, like, you've lifted the barbell, like you'll probably just be okay. Dude, 408 chest to bar 135 is fucking crazy.
That is crazy.
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that you worked harder than him in that nature. You know, I don't know. Maybe. I mean, I guess his talent. Does he not work hard other ways? Because like to do that at 4 minutes is, dude. That's like, that dude's pretty fit. Yeah, that's nuts.
Yeah.
What's Friendly Fran? What was Friendly Fran?
Don't you know?
I know.
My forgetting memory.
Workout.
This is I feel a hindrance. If I could remember all this stuff.
Oh yeah, it's 21.
21.
21's the whole way.
Yep.
Okay. Dude, Yeah, he does work hard. So I mean, anyways, now we're like totally off topic, but it's just generally a good conversation.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Well, and I worked a lot harder than him, and it's like you both worked hard in different ways. Like maybe he's more efficient. I don't know, but speaking of intensity, like you may have worked equally hard yet done something different. I don't know. Does that make sense?
Say that one more time.
Like as far as saying like Avera worked harder than him.
Yeah. I mean, he's obviously talented. I'm assuming he's not fucking 55 either, Avera. Like, I don't know. There's literally okay. So what's going to change? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Just wake me up. Just wake me up tomorrow.
Yeah. Do you want to pull up the Boys Interrupted thing?
Yeah,
That's what you were working on, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
Do you just want to go? I assume everyone here. So this was such an interesting episode, or this segment of the episode, because they were talking about it like CrossFit hasn't released every word that they said about the season. It was so weird.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Share. Well, and I'll just kind of like fast forward through some of it to get to the part.
Wouldn't.
Oh, so we can talk about
it's free. It's free game if we want to.
Said that?
I say we talk about it. And if it's
Like-
not, it's also
Like, is this so? If anyone here, basically, they spend the next 10 minutes talking about the season, top 2,000, open to quarterfinals, 2,000 to quarterfinals, from 25% quarterfinals, top 2,000 from quarterfinals will be eligible to go to semifinals. We have no idea how they can qualify to semifinals. The only things that they know are that there will be no geographically limited semifinals this year, which I think is great. I think that's very important. Because some people had way more opportunity to compete than others based on that alone. Sounds like CrossFit will be more involved in program design, in programming, very specific to NorCal, which...
Did they say they were going to be involved in program? They said they were going to be heavily involved, like period. Did they say in program design? Because I think it was more support on the like, well, I guess, no, you're right. That would have been program design because they specifically referred to the Gator tests, and that's program design. I thought my brain went straight to like logistical flow, consistency.
I think it was very personally, I think it was very specific to programming because they said Torian, which is arguably the best programmed, was the best programmed event over semifinals. That's what a lot of people would argue with. In NorCal, which was the worst programmed / executed. But probably, I would assume a little bit of both. Ed AI Castro said they talked about things that CrossFit hasn't released, but if athletes want to, and well, then okay. And so everything they said has been released on this podcast. Nothing. I don't think I heard anything that wasn't. So there will be more semifinals. It seems like there will be much less spots in the online semifinal, like the last chance qualifier version that got moved to the end. All of this is in barbell spins. And we talked about this last week as well, as far as like what the season structure looks like.
Yeah.
And so that's what this whole portion is. And then they get to like here.
CrossFit's for sale.
And
yeah, I nailed
regionals,
that.
everyone has to go to regionals to compete. So the online semifinals move to the end of the semifinal season. So it's going to be like a last chance qualifier, but also a semifinal. They talked about having a certain amount of athletes qualify out of there. At the end of this whole conversation, though, he did say CrossFit is for sale. And all of this
in case you're wondering, CrossFit's for sale.
And so if someone buys it, they could literally just can the whole thing. And like Dave was all open.
So here, we'll finish it.
Open and honest about it, which I thought was really cool. He said that like this all can change, but that doesn't mean that we're not going to be proactive and try to come up with a season print board. And I honestly really liked it. I hope that the new taking spots away from the online qualifier from semifinal.
I think so. The online qualifier at the end of all the semifinal.
Tell the people how you can how to qualify to these.
Okay, was that it? That was just
yeah. That was it. Was literally just the part where he's like, oh yeah, because I think that we had a lot of conversation, whether it's between the two of us or on all sorts of shows, about the fact that we believe that based on, or a lot of people think that based on how much is coming out and the season structure, like we just talked last week about the season structure, the fact that it's out, hopefully being indicative of new ownership being interested in preserving that, and growing it and so on. And then the way that was worded said to me, the way I interpreted it was, no, they're just proceeding as if, and they have absolutely no idea whether or not new ownership, whenever that comes, however it comes, will support this at all. And so like, hey, we're proceeding and putting it all together. But I mean, I also, I think that from the media perspective, everything that they're doing, including releasing this structure, and then also just doing a lot more on YouTube and diversifying a ton of what they're doing on short form, putting out a lot more, like they're giving beautiful momentum to whoever comes in. Like there's a very clear structure already in place. Please just keep going.
Right.
Yeah.
Lito, I don't know how long you've been in CrossFit in general. But like my family finances have been very dependent on CrossFit for a really long time. And so this statement, it's kind of scary, isn't it? Has been something that I've fucking gone through every year since I went all in with WODprep. So like 2019, 2020. And so, yeah. And then also as like a competitor with even the minimal changes from 15, 16, 17, 18, right? Of like almost qualifying on a team and then the team getting taken away and like from 6 to 4 and like all of those things. Like I've every year I run through this like fear of like, oh, do I have to go back to the clinic and get a real job or whatever it is? And so, yes, it's always scary and it's constantly varied. I mean, I don't know how else to fucking say it. It's frustrating for sure. But Claire, to your point, I can't imagine. I can't imagine Avera. Fucking A. It's Jesus Christ, dude.
Gotcha.
Dude, it's fine. I don't know what else. I know, and like I know you keep bringing this up. Avera said basically like the media only reaches those who are already bought in. Right. That's all we need to reach right now.
I also don't think it does, so I don't even agree.
I know you don't. I do. I agree with Avera.
I don't.
And but I also don't think it matters. I think that's what we need, right? Like we need to fuel it from the inside, and people like me and Claire are the ones that are going to grow it. You know what I mean? Like we're gonna get people to come join. I don't think, like fuck the pill, or fuck the quick fix is going to get other people to join, right? I think it's going to motivate us, and we as consumers and people that are bought in have always been the best marketing ploy for CrossFit, right? And so anyways, all right.
Well, and this is speaking to that, I think we talked about it very briefly at that you came the first day of competition at Beach Brawl. And I know we'll go more to that here in a little bit, but and I mentioned that like one of the things that I've just it's been like a fun side quest, because I am very, very like my schedule when I'm working events is typically very full. There's not a lot of downtime, and by that I mean like none, and I freaking love it, right? Yeah. But there's a little somewhere, right? And so one of my little fun side quests is to talk to the volunteers and to figure out who isn't actively a practitioner of CrossFit, and then to just work through that, because they're there, they're watching it, they're curious, whatever. And so what is the narrative that's going on? And, whether it is that they need to get fit before they do it or whatever, the stress from it, you name it. And we just walk through that. And so it's like a little tally that I keep of like how many of those conversations can I have to try to, if they're already there observing it and entertained by it, why are they not a practitioner? And can we get them in an affiliate, Did
you get any at Beach Brawl? I know you got a couple of Wodapalooza.
Yeah. This was definitely schedule wise. I was very busy. So I had a conversation with a high school wrestler volunteer who knew nothing about CrossFit and was told by his coach to come help.
Mm.
And so he did. And so we talked a bit about it. And from anyway, yeah. So I did have that conversation, but like I wish I would have had more. I didn't have many more this time.
Sure.
Yeah.
Remind me to talk about Iron Games before, because I know you don't know any of the events.
Yeah, I want to talk about it. I know we've got stuff to get through.
So I don't even remember where we were going. Oh, so I think it would, I'm trying to remember before.
Oh, before derailing about the media?
Yeah.
The sale.
The sale. So it would be mind-boggling if whoever purchased, and I still think it would be suicide, if whoever purchased it decided to like nix the season and change it. You know what I mean? Like it would be, I just think it would be suicide. I think that, like Mayhem would leave. I think there's too many big people that are like moving, and too many people are happy, or at least somewhat happy with the direction that it's going currently. That I think if we 180'd again, I think it would be suicide personally. It would just be the worst play.
Well, on the competition structure side of things, I think that if somebody came in, bought CrossFit, and then said, screw your competitive stuff, we're done. I think that it would continue. It would need a moment to figure itself out. It would be new, whatever, right? There'd be some type of a rebrand or something, but like our ecosystem would, I believe, not just disappear. It would need to find, I guess, a new identity, but it would still go on. I believe that because there's too many people that are way too into it, including us, right? Then I guess from there, fear, we talk about, it's a scary thought, right, Lito? And for me, the fear, certainly when it comes to the competitive side of things, absolutely. But also, yet again, we've talked about it, the methodology, preserving that, and education being at the forefront of it, right? So then if those details were to shift dramatically, then that's, I think I have actually more fear about that. Not so much that I think that there isn't a solution that would exist, because preserving that feels most important to me. And then yet again, like if for some reason new ownership decided to pivot the competitive side, I really do just think like it'd be like, okay, well, something else would sort itself out. And I'm not saying I want that to happen. Obviously, I literally don't want that to happen.
Right.
But
I think I agree that, it would live in general, but I think the brand would just start to dissipate. I think everyone would do all the same stuff. Mayhem would exist, gyms would exist, but it would just the luster and the momentum, like people would still do CrossFit. We would still do CrossFit. We'd still have our podcast, and like WFP would be there. There'd be a lot of other things. Something would come into its place, but I just think it just would never, I don't know. Like if the CrossFit Games cease to exist I don't know. I can't see the hype behind it. I don't know.
yeah.
I really think the sport is what separated it. And, I think the methodology was there, and I think the sport is what grew it, right? I think the methodology is like the most beautiful thing. I was talking, who was I talking with? Oh, an athlete, a sales call yesterday. And I totally just went blank. I had it. I went blank. Anyways, I had a point. The methodology is like CrossFit is one of the only hobbies where all of it is a net positive for your life. Like every piece of it. Every piece of CrossFit is a net positive for you being a better human overall, right? You can't say that about any other hobby, right? Like even something like powerlifting or jujitsu or wrestling or running or whatever it is, right? Like they're, there's not a nutritional base to it, right? It's just about being better at that hobby specifically.
And I would say that those are still net positive. They're not as broad. They're not covering as many bases, but they're still all like practicing. Being a practitioner of those things is still a net positive in your life all the way around. Maybe it doesn't also incorporate nutrition, which we find to be a beautiful and integral detail of what we do, but it doesn't mean they're not net positive. They're just not as
I think
expansive.
Right. Yeah, I think so. And I think those things are good. But I mean, even if you look at like your average person and all of those things, they probably have a lot of, and maybe not a lot of, but I think there's just like those things aren't pushing the other aspects of their life, right? Like get more sleep, you'll be better at your thing, right? Like eat better and eat better and you'll be better here. Like I just like don't think those things are all, like you said, I think it's just like the breadth of it or like the width of it as far as the net positive, but every piece of it, and so I think some of the analogy that I used with this athlete was like BMX riding, right? Like it's great, right? Like riding bike's awesome. And I think it's like burns a lot of health, but like a lot of what they do off the track has nothing to do with like improving their health markers or anything like that. They drink Red Bull and they travel a lot and they probably don't make a lot of money and they don't take care of their bodies. You know what I mean? Like I think there's
but okay. So then we're talking about the average practitioner of versus their high level people. So, right. So like a BMX person that's performing at the highest level, like they probably literally are paying attention to their nutrition and their sleep and things like that. And then the people who are just like recreationally doing it probably fall all over the map. Well, like you could also say the same thing about us. There's many people who show up to classes and it's awesome that they do. And the beautiful thing is, like you said, at some point in an affiliate, hopefully you're going to continue to get recommendations to improve those other facets of your life, which is very important. But many people do not. And that's a part of the journey too. Like I certainly did not come into a CrossFit affiliate wanting to learn about nutrition or caring any at all. I mean, for the first.
But it did. So I think that's like, but it did.
And that's, so exactly.
Like the random like jujitsu or I don't know, whatever it is, right? Like powerlifting or just like bro bodybuilding or anything like that, right? Like it at its base level doesn't do, like you said, it's like the entirety of it, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think at the highest levels of anything, you're going to see that stuff become really important.
Yeah, for sure. I just, like I said, like at the like hobby. And so I think that's like where it differs from all the other things, like but I think the sport is what grew it, right? Like that's not sexy, right? So like none of that is sexy. None of that is very enticing to a lot of people. And but I think this I don't know, view of like, wow, look at the pinnacle of what this is. Like I think it just all ties in so well together that if one dissipated, right, I think it would be, I don't know. I just can't see it like continuing in its where it is, right? Like we're already struggling to stay above water. I think it would be I don't know, like the hole in the boat.
Well, say that it did separate, which like we've talked about, we are in agreement. We do not want this to occur, but say that it did. And so then something else now runs the not CrossFit games, right? Mm-hmm. But whatever it is. And CrossFit has nothing to do with the sport side of things anymore, but it's well understood. And the new thing that exists makes it very clear that the way in which you achieve this level of fitness is by being a practitioner of the methodology of CrossFit, right? So then not wanting it to occur, but that then would also be, so it's some separate entity or whatever in that hypothetical scenario, but they openly say, you want to do this, you need to go to an affiliate. That still works.
Does it? I don't know.
I'm not saying I like it.
Yeah, I don't know if it does. I hear you. And in theory and on paper, obviously that's the direction and how it would have to happen. I just don't know if it would work, right? So what do you call it? Like the functional fitness games? It's just also like
that's rude.
What?
I said that's rude.
What? Oh yeah.
Don't do that.
So then what is
aversion to change? Literally
right. I know. Yeah, exactly. And so Aver is always pessimistic, and I appreciate it. What good business owner wants to buy CrossFit? I think that's also the other thing is like
someone with a lot of money,
right? Or
loves it.
A bunch of people that are already in it that make money from it, like Khalipa and Miranda and Rich as like a buyer's group, something like that. Like someone that, you know, between like your top 10 money makers in CrossFit, camps or whoever, right? Owners, affiliate owners, groups of affiliate owners or variants. Like, I think that's like ends up where it is. Maybe they get it pennies on the dollar, you know, from that, because private equity is just tired of burning money and losing value in the overall, you know. I don't know. I just can't see, like, if anyone buys it, they're buying it for affiliates. And so whatever they have to do, they have to try to keep affiliates and get more, right? That's like where all the money comes from, right? You know, it doesn't come from the CrossFit Games. And so, but we know that affiliates really grow and momentum comes from the media and like this notion of like pushing this needle of health forward. And like, I think the CrossFit Games does that better than any marketing pitch ever, right? You can fight GLP-1s to the death, but you know, like, I just don't think that's what's gonna push everyone into it, right? Like, it's just this, it's like a I don't know, like it's all together, right? Like everything comes together, it's all working together to support itself. And I think one piece of that puzzle leaves, I think it would be a really big, like an even bigger challenge to overcome than we're currently trying to overcome now.
Well, in the past few years, based on all the turbulence that has taken place, there are many different competitions that, you know, now there are many that say that they are, is it CrossFit licensed is the term for CrossFit licensed competitions, right? But then there are many competitions that have, at least for the season that has been, have opted to start calling themselves something like a functional fitness competition or whatever, right? Even I don't know what WFP calls themselves on that front, really.
Functional fitness racing.
Is that what they call it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then everyone knows in that scenario and in all of these other ones, everyone knows that this is a CrossFitters event. Everyone knows that like these people are CrossFitters, right? So it may not be identifying itself as a licensed event of it, but there's no question what those people are doing.
Right. Yeah, for sure. No, I mean, I agree. I don't know. Let's just assume someone's going to buy it, and let's just be optimist, and it's going to be great. Yeah, I think that's already lifted. That was like a one-off thing. I mean, Wadapalooza program swimming, Dave was there. I think that was just a one-off thing for the 1 year of maybe poor taste.
Yeah. Well, then you said something about the people purchasing it for the purpose of affiliates, and the growing affiliates being the key piece from a financial perspective for whoever's coming in, and the games not being a huge contributing factor to the bottom line. However, affiliates buying in on open registrations is heavily influential to the bottom line. And so draw that all back together, and like, it is actually a very relevant piece of the puzzle. Now, that's an area that we've identified is in the last handful of years suffering tremendously, as so many people just don't. And so many owners of affiliates just don't push it. And so how do you create enough value with it, which we believe it is fully there, right? But how do you convince them that the value is fully there for those that have decided that for them and whatever, that it's not, you know?
Right.
Anyway, just not only growing the number of affiliates, but also growing the buy-in back to why the open is a good idea.
Yeah.
To push your members to be a part of.
Right.
Whether or not they ever plan to do anything other than show up and work hard.
Right.
Oh, I feel like, is this at you, Tristan? At you, CJ, it'll be what it is, my dude. Don't stress on what's outside.
Yeah, I mean, I have plenty to stress about, so I try not to. But when we start talking about it, then like my mind races, and the spider web starts to grow, and like everything just starts to come to a head. So I compartmentalize pretty well. Don't worry. Maybe just not once I'm talking about it, then it sounds like I'm like all over the place, but I do compartmentalize pretty well outside of that. CrossFit makes money. That's just that's the dumb. The CrossFit games don't make money. Vera says, I'm not a pessimist. I just let my own interest cloud the reality we face. The value to the new owner is not saving lives. It's making money. CrossFit does not make money. Ask Glassman. Glassman sold it on a fucking fire sale for $200+ million. It makes money. No one would have bought it if it didn't make money. It doesn't make. And
certainly not private equity.
Yeah, exactly. And so in 2020, it made less money than it did in 15 and 16, but it makes money. Now the CrossFit games specifically and regionals did not make money, right? I think that's the enticing. I think all of those things could have made money though, right? They just didn't approach it right because they thought that they were just going to keep growing like this, and then it was like, oh shit, now we're growing like this, and now we're like not growing. And so I think that was where the turn was. But CrossFit certainly makes money, right? They have, assuming 8,000 gyms paying $4,500 a year, just simple math, that's roughly $50 million, right? That's not right. $40 million. And so just from that, right? And I mean, there's not $40 million in salary going out. There's not $10 million in media going out, right? So, it certainly makes money right now. How that money is used in those directions, that's different. But there is a lot of revenue that comes into that company every year with probably pretty low overhead at this point, right? Like they've gotten that overhead down. There's no central location. There's not a lot of pure full-time staff, and so I think there's still a lot of money coming in. So I can't say it doesn't make a lot of money.
So what my mind does with this at this point, right? Because we just had a conversation about the thing that's your favorite topic that you can't seem to escape. And even though you want it to just not be a thing, it's a thing. And everybody keeps talking about it, even though nobody wants to talk about it. But you can't just like put the monster in the closet and pretend he's not there kind of thing. So I personally only know to take it back to, okay, what do I have control over, right? Like I have control over none of that, right? So then what can I do? Well, my actions, right? So then my actions, and this is where this is actually a really cool thought that for years, there was relatively quiet coming from HQ. Okay. Leadership from HQ directly to the public via social media, whatever it was like crickets, right? We're just going to outsource everything. You guys figure it out. Now there's tons of messaging coming directly from them, including something like Dave sitting at a meeting with all of the athletes saying, hey, we're just going to proceed with this whole plan and hope that whoever comes in, whatever. You have people like Denise, who's running their podcast, saying like, hey, we've all just kind of agreed, like, we got a mission to move forward. And so even though we don't know that detail, we are going to continue to work on the thing that matters most to us. So then we actually can take from them like, what can I do? What do I do? Well, we could take their lead or like follow their lead. Okay. Their lead is move forward with this thing. We'll figure it out when we figure it out. But in the meantime, what we do have is a beautiful methodology. What we do have is a beautiful education system. What we do have is a really exciting marketing tool that is the media, the games and so on, all of these things. So like, let's do what we can with those now. So for us, right, then I think a huge, we all are consumers of this thing and practitioners of it and we love it and whatever, the clear standout to me is being that person that explains or shares your perspective on why there's value in being an open participant. That's something we can do if you agree with that.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's, and I'm not, I agree 100%. We just keep doing this.
But it is really nice to think that we can take their lead. You know what I mean? That like they're setting an example that's actually like, let's follow that. Like that's, let's not forget that you weren't singing that song not that long ago. Maybe I shouldn't say you, but most were not.
Oh, I was like, what?
Sorry.
Really?
Yes.
Um,
Most were not singing that song because it was like, well, they're not saying anything, you know?
Right.
They are saying something now.
yeah. Yeah. I
And
mean,
we like it.
yeah. I mean, from 365 days ago, the tune is so different, right?
Yes.
Like on all accounts, right? From high level athletes to, affiliates. I think the only tune that might not be more positive than they were a year ago is Mayhem, and just they're like more openly about, hey, we're ready to move on if we have to. You know what I mean? And not saying that they aren't more positive or whatever, but like their tune a year ago was like steadfast. You know what I mean? And so now it's like, oh, are they or are they not? And so other than that, it sounds like everyone is just a net more positive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
Let's see here. Where did this one go? I think it just, sorry. Avera, Claire, we are following their lead. All 31 of us tuned in right now. I feel like Avera is making a reference to his lemonade comment last week again about him selling lemonade to whatever. And I'm like, that's fine. It's what we do here.
right.
And all 31 of us clicked the like button too. Thanks.
That's right.
Thanks, Ed. And then Judy, shows and groups like WODprep, Savon, Barbell, Clydesdale, Get With the Programming, etc., help keep people engaged and drives interest. And I totally agree.
Yeah, for sure. All right. So we don't have a ton of time. This weekend is Coda Iron Games. Hard switch. You sent me something else.
Yeah, sorry. There's one other, I feel like I want to finish with the Coda Iron Games, and this one will be kind of brief, I think. Do you want to pull that up? That post? Oh gosh, now it's like story time with Claire. If we do that again, should I read it? It's not that long.
Oh God, that was so funny.
Yeah, that was a learning experience, but I might just mess up here too. So what he's pulling up is it is a post that, so we had Beach Brawl over the weekend, and it was amazing. There were 1,600 plus athletes from 30 plus different states and different countries. It's a huge event. And do you know how many years old it is now? Is it something like 13? I'm afraid I'm not certain how many years in total, but it's
13 or 14.
It's been around a very long time.
Yep.
And so anyway, this was a post that one of the volunteers made that was really cool. Let's see here. I've been competing. I'll skip that first one. He got injured, and so he did not compete this year. I've been competing at Pensacola Beach Brawl since 2013, since I became obsessed with CrossFit. I had one goal: to win. Let's see here. I want to skip down. I don't want to just read to you. This year, when I got injured, I decided to volunteer for the first time. It was the best decision I've ever made in my CrossFit life. This year, I got to see everything I had missed in the years past. I got to share the experience of everyone else's moments. I got to watch all of the individual victories. I got to see the spouses, the parents, the children, the friends, the true CrossFit community in all of its beauty, something I never saw as a competitor. Every year, you're hyper-focused on yourself, you are focused on the workouts. You are focused on recovering in between. You're not worried about the other people. I don't think I can remember who was even in the lanes next to me any of the years that I competed. You're only thinking about yourself and how you can do the best because you can, because you've got so much time, energy, effort, and sacrifice into being there on this one day. This year, I got to absorb all of it from a much different perspective. I got to be there for the moments that I didn't even know existed. And those moments didn't leave me feeling empty. They filled me up. They left me wanting more. They showed me the different side of CrossFit, the good side, the true sacrifice, the real community that stands together. Everything happens for a reason. God has changed my path, and I'm so grateful. I'm grateful for everything I got to experience this weekend. All those beautiful moments I got to witness. The vibes were over the top. The energy was overwhelming and positive. I wouldn't trade it for a gold medal. Anyway, I know that was a lot of me reading at you, but I thought that was really cool. This guy has competed there so many times and really strived to win. I guess it's been a long journey for him, and he even did. And then he had an injury. And so this stuff is just I think the point of bringing that up is it is a reminder that so many people contribute to this ecosystem, and I get to be involved in these events a lot these days, right? And it's such a gift. And I just watch how hard all of these people work to make this come to life. And I guess the point is I hope we don't take it for granted, because it's a lot of hard work for whether it's the owner of the event or all of the team that they have, and then all of the volunteers that they have that come out and give of their time and so on, just so that we can go and throw our hat in the ring and compete for a day or two with our friends. And it's just, if we love that thing so much, remembering to appreciate it and all that it is. I think that's it.
Yeah, I know Rusty personally.
Okay, cool.
And he always definitely like leans into Facebook to express his thoughts. But this was a really good post. It is interesting, and yeah, it's we get to do this awesome thing all the time, and it's nice to be appreciative. And it is, there's benefits on being in all aspects of it, right? From running the event to doing media to DJing to emceeing to coaching to competing. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think it's easy to take it for granted when you're out there competing, and and it's just like,
Sure.
Yeah, let's just
100%.
remember that.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. It's super easy for sure.
Okay. Which, speaking of events, now let's go ahead and just pivot to the one that you program. Let's talk about Coda Iron Games.
All right. Let's find it. Instagram. So Coda Iron Games this weekend. Stoked. We have athletes than last year, finally officially, and we still have people signing up. Like right now, which is awesome. Like we might, I had a goal of us like being like a decent bit higher. We didn't quite reach that, but we did beat last year, which is all that matters. So I think we're like 330 athletes.
Heck yeah.
All right. So,
and I will say too, at this one, the level of competitors is no joke.
Yeah, it's good. It's
like you have a range for sure, but I'm like,
there's some fit people for sure.
Some very fit people competing here.
All right. Let's see. Do we do, I think just sign up. Here we go. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. All right. Here we go. Stopping down. Maybe. Okay. So events 1 and 2. So everything's a team. There's no individual this year at all. We removed individuals. So 125 chest to bars, 100 synchro toes to bars, 75 power snatches, teams of 3. And then here's all of our scaled. So I wanted some gymnastic. Basically, I'll just like walk through the general thoughts. Perfect. Just pay for your flight and hotel. No, yep, definitely can't do that. I don't think we actually make money on this competition. Here's event 1. A lot of volume, a lot of gymnastics volume. We want to push our scaled athletes to challenge themselves to get some higher level gymnastics, no synchro work, etc. And challenge our masters to get some synchro and get some gymnastics volume. So this was one. This was like when I programmed the whole weekend, it was influenced by basically all regional workouts, like over the years. At least it started as that, and then it sort of went away. But it started as that, and you'll see some of those like old workouts influenced this. As like I wanted the theme of it to be like a regionals relapse. Was my theme when I wrote everything initially, and then things started to change over time. And event 2 was sort of like my cornerstone aerobic workout for the weekend, even though it's kind of like long. So basically you have 3 people, 2 machines, you have to accumulate. I had it at 500, 400, but 400 calories on the row, 400 calories on the Echo bike. And it's total time. And there's also a score. Your first 100 calories on the bike is the second score. And so, well, technically the first score. And so it's going to set people up to be absolutely blasted to do the last 700 calories on both machines. And I'm really excited to see the strategy, because theoretically you could just do bike calories and not even sit on the rower until they're completely done and just try and get a W there. But it's a 50-point event with 100 points. So it's 150 points. So we have like 12 scores, I think, throughout this entire weekend.
Okay.
And so, but a lot of smaller scores. So there's 7 actual events. Event 2 has 2 scores or 1.5, and then event 4 is 3 50-point events, offsite, which I'm excited for too. So I like this event. I think this is going to be exciting, and it kind of like what we were talking about with the aerobic one. I don't know if you'll be calling this one. It'll be outside going on with another event, but it's going to be. There's so much strategy that goes into this double score, and like having the first 100 cows on the bike being a second score. That I think it's gonna eat some people.
Yeah,
it's gonna be
cool. Did you see Crossout's comment?
No, it's not, because we have we have cones. The judges are moving cones every 100 calories, right? And then we'll coach them on a countdown at their last 40 cals or whatever it is. So you'll see a progression of where they are there. So, and then as far as the 100, we're working on what that looks like. We'll probably do like a judge, like hand in the air at 50 cals, 40, 30, 20, 10. And so you'll see the hands go down.
That'll be super helpful for my role. Thank you.
I don't think you're gonna be calling this. There's another event going on at the same time, so I don't think
Just kidding.
Seeing it out here. All right,
Okay.
3 and 5. 3 is our lift, overhead squat, front squat, back squat for total heaviest combined lift. And then it's funny. So event 5. So we did a clean and jerk last year, I think. Event 5, someone just came out with this same exact time frame, or Wadapalooza did this same time frame, the same exact design after we'd already written this, which is like you work for a minute, then your partner works for a minute, then your partner works for a minute, etc. Like they did that for the gymnastics piece, whatever, like the muscle ups and whatever, like someone works for a minute and then the other partner works for a minute. So we'd already written this. So basically it's 3 rounds, 20, 75, 10, 15, 75, 10, 10. But minute 1, partner 1 goes, minute 2, partner 2 goes, minute 3, partner 3 goes, and you just continue onward all the way until you finish. And then it was funny, Wadapalooza came out with the same exact structure, obviously a different workout, but the same design. So anyways, so handstand push-up variations, drag ropes, heavy power cleans. We have a lot of barbell cycling, a lot of gymnastics. We tried to keep it pretty varied, tried to do a lot of push-pull variations, and make sure that there wasn't a lot of, like, not too much synchro. I think synchro at like a not really high level event can kind of just get really stuck in the mud and loses a lot of excitement. So this is just a partner working one at a time. So I think this one will be fun.
I can see that. We had all 4 athletes doing synchronized squats for all divisions, air squats at the beach ball or whatever. And that was probably the hardest standard.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. And then, like all of our judges are volunteers. And so we're trying to make, like when we write this, we're trying to make things easy for them.
Yeah.
And so this goes down, the handstand push-up goes down. So it's like 20 regular, 15 strict, 10 wall facing. So pretty fast overall, but still a really tough one to finish in the time wrap. 225 drag rope double unders is no joke. It's going to really blow up some shoulders. And 6 and 7. So 6 is probably like our most simple workout, but it's taken directly from 17.1. And it's just a team version of the 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 dumbbell snatch and 15 burpee box jump overs from the open. So it's just a synchro version of it. 2 working at a time, 1 resting, can switch whenever as well. So it'll be a fun one, a good one to watch. A really tight time cap. I don't know if it's going to be close. A couple people will finish, and that'll be just about it. And then event 7 is our final: rope climbs, thrusters, lunge. Each partner goes and each does a variation of the lunge. So 4-3 rope climb. So RX is going to do a seated start because we only have 12 feet. So they're going to do a true seated start, 21 thrusters, and then a farmer lunge, and then same rope climbs, 18 thrusters, front rack lunge, same rope climb, 15 thrusters, overhead walking lunge, do 2 dumbbell. And then every group does it. Scaled is actually doing like a rope, like a hand over hand rope pull instead of a rope climb variation, and then masters have the same thing, just a regular rope climb. It'll be good. It's
Yeah.
And then my favorite event of the weekend, we've wanted to do a combine for so long, right? So this is our offsite event.
Coda did it. Coda did a combine at HQ years ago. I remember.
Yep.
The broad jump was my best finish.
And so our goal was to do something offsite. And last year we did a 2-part event, but we already had our long piece, right, for on the machines. Like that's going to be a 25-minute event. A lot of people aren't going to finish, right? Like that's going to be a tough one. And so I was like, I don't need them to do a long distance run or anything like that. So what can we do? So we have an offsite event under the lights starting at 6:30 p.m.
Cool.
Like on a track, a football field. And so it is a max distance. So it's going to be a feed sack sprint, 100 yards one way, 100 yards back with the feed sack, and then 100 yards one way, 100 yards back, no feed sack, right? So very similar to the CrossFit Games, but a little bit more volume.
Yeah.
24, yep. But more volume, right? I felt like theirs was kind of short. So it's 400 yards. And your legs are going to be blown. So we got some feed sacks. Everyone's doing that. And that's a 3-minute cap. 30 seconds later, athlete 2. So every athlete does a different portion, right? So 1, 2, 3, there's 3 different scores. They're all 50 points. Athlete 1 does the feed sack sprint. Athlete 2 is going to be a max distance handstand walk straight down the field. 3 minutes max distance, which I think will be 6. So we have like 16 lanes going at once. And so it's going to be awesome. Masters are handstand walking too. Scaled is going to do like a push press to an overhead carry all the way down the field as well. And then it's a 1 mile run for time. And so we're going to see and it's a mass start, 16 people doing a 1 mile run, same time, mass start. It's going to be sick. I'm so excited.
Where does this event fall on the weekend?
First night at 6:30 p.m. It's going to be a long first day.
How many, you said it's 3 minutes per?
Yeah, there's a 3-minute cap for the field sprint and the handstand walk.
Yeah. And then obviously just I'm
not sure if we actually ended up with a cap here. There isn't a cap, but the next heat will start at like 15 minutes or 18 minutes or something like that. So if you're still going, like you'll finish your time. But the next heat is going to start. So it's going to be a good one. Pumped. This is going to be so much fun under the lights at like a high school football stadium.
Yeah.
It's going to be sweet.
Yeah, that is going to be fun. I wanted to give you shit about the fact that the handstand walker that's really, really good has to do more work. But at the end of the day, it's just 3 minutes and everybody's upside down. So never mind.
Oh, as an AMRAP.
Yeah.
But signups are still going.
Not
Sean,
a problem.
If you want to find someone to compete with, come on. We got master spots. I think we definitely have master spots. What's Claire's broad jump distance? That's a great question. Do you remember what it was?
No, it's probably 2017 or 18 whenever that event happened. Off the top of my head, I have no idea. Sorry. I did actually want to say to Chris, he's done a couple of podcasts here recently that were, anyway, nice work. I think that the questions that were asked and so on, did a great job. I enjoyed them.
Yep. I agree. They were good. So excited. It's going to be fun. I don't get to watch the first heat of the offsite. Like last year, I didn't get to go to the offsite at all. I was stuck at the venue because there were events going on at the same time, and I was like, "Oh yeah, do I get to go to the offsite?" And you have to stay till the lift is done, and I was like, "So I missed the first heat."
Yeah.
It'll be good.
Do you know? Am I on the offsite? Probably not. Not that I won't go over there as well, but
no, we will for sure. I don't know. That's a Kevin question. I would hope so.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Especially because you'll be over the PA.
It'd be great.
It would be so cool.
Yeah.
But it's only a 10-minute overlap anyways. So it could be us finishing and then blitzing over there as soon as it's done.
Yeah. The first heat or two, not having that and then picking up after that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Cool.
Man, there's so much that goes into running an event.
Oh my gosh, yes.
It's so crazy.
It absolutely is.
It's so nuts. Yeah.
And it's so cool. Like it is a grind, and to do it well
Mhm.
is no small feat. But then we love these things.
100%. You don't lose your voice this weekend, Claire. Am I going to Masters Fitness Championships? No, I'm not. They had an opportunity to really grow it, and I think they just missed the mark. I don't think they're I don't know. I mean, I want them to do well. Like I liked initially, I enjoyed that competition and the people running it more than Legends, and I was really hoping they were going to get what Legends got, but it didn't, and that's fine. But they've just sort of, I don't know. It just sort of like lost its feel. It's also in, it is in Indiana. Like, God, I can't think of the name of it. Kind of like a middle of nowhere, really hard to get to. So yeah, it's no, I won't be going. We don't have any athletes that are going. It's kind of like in this, like it's like in the central there. There's like not a lot of Masters at Fort Wayne. Thank you. I don't know. I mean, I have a lot of athletes doing Legends. Like we'll be at Legends this year.
Mm-hmm. Are you looking at me?
Yeah, I'm looking at you.
We'll be there.
Yeah. Yeah, and so go.
Oh, sorry. Can't even imagine. That's why it makes me shake my head when members are fussing at our owners to host events. Same members who never volunteer to help out with anything. Yeah, Judy. I mean, it's just if we want these things to happen, we got to have volunteers.
Yep. Ed, why isn't Masters a bigger thing? I mean, there's just no like sponsor money comes into it. You know, people don't watch Masters. You know, like they live streamed it. And the numbers are good. You know, but I mean, they'll never be the CrossFit Games. Right?
Is anything from? Sorry.
Go ahead.
Is anything from this weekend going to be live streamed?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not. We're never our goal. I mean, that's like with teams, it'll never be the goal, right?
Yeah.
Like, you can be a great event and not live stream anything, right?
Totally.
So, anywho, all right.
Okay.
Bad time. When do we see you? When do you come in town? Friday? What time?
I think I get there before you.
Probably.
Like just before you. Yeah. So I'll be there when you
just
get there.
before, like we should ride together. I get in at 3.
Let me look.
Nope, I get in at 2. 2 p.m. Denver.
Yeah, I get in that morning.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Sweet. I'm excited. Maybe we'll try and do like a podcast in the studio. I'll tell Ben to set it up and we'll do like a Friday Night Lights at Code Iron Games or something like that.
Yeah.
We
could do a live head-to-head.
Ooh.
We could do what was yours? You have so at Mako, you guys do those 5-year, like you get to create your own workout that goes on the wall at 5 years.
Yeah.
We could do yours. What did they call it? The doc what?
TikTok doc. So when
TikTok
my 5-year was made, was like I had like I don't know. I had like a 3-month push of like reels, like funny reels. Like I was doing funny reel, like the mouthing and like the voiceovers and stuff like that. And it was right around that time. And so that's what they named it.
Gotcha. When I just remembered that it has muscle ups in it. So that would actually be like a terrible thing for us to do against one another at this moment. Not that I shouldn't be doing them.
I can't remember what the number is.
In a head-to-head,
I feel like we could do chest to bar versus muscle up on that workout.
Okay. Cool. I just mean for entertainment purposes. Like I'm super down to do it as written. And then for like a head-to-head, it would be like, well, that's underwhelming.
No, I think if you did chest to bars and I did bar muscle ups.
Oh, but then we do a different thing. No, I'm not doing that.
Oh, all right.
No, if we're gonna do it, we're gonna do the same workout.
GG's gonna get some edibles. We have so much work. I don't sleep well when I take an edible. Like I get my heart rate goes up. Like my heart rate doesn't go down when I take any edibles, so I try not to there. I have before, obviously, but I'm like just in general. But my heart, I don't sleep that well on edibles. I am relaxed up until that point, but then I sleep like shit. So
yeah, I don't know.
Not your thing.
No, absolutely not. I mean, nothing is my thing at this point in time.
Correct. That's
but
true.
also it was never my thing.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. All right, guys.
Cool.
Have a good one.
Yeah.
See you guys on the flip side. Thanks for being here. As always.
Thank you. Yeah.
Be a savage. See you next time.